There's a big shakeup for the developers over at WWE 2K22. I got the full news breakdown for you today on the show. Hey everybody, welcome to Assemble. I'm Matt. Great to have you here. Let's get into it. So, WWE 2K22 came out in March, and it's been rocky, and it's been fun, but it's been a little chaotic. And we have more news for you regarding the devs, visual concepts, and those at WWE 2K. Patrick Gilmore, the head developer over there, is stepping aside and is leaving the team altogether. Patrick Gilmore tweeted this out just today and said, "Soon I begin a new adventure. Working on WWE 2K has been spectacular and fulfilling. Thanks to the incredible WWE 2K dev team, supportive leaders at Visual Concepts and 2K, and especially the amazing and passionate WWE 2K22 community. Thank you all. Now my watch has ended." So when Patrick Gilmore came in originally and took over leadership on the developer side of 2K, he was advocating and pushing to the community at large that he had a big focus of giving fans what they wanted, putting out polls on Reddit for what modes and features players would like to see in 2K22. And as a result, seemingly, we get things like GM mode, you get the updates to My Rise, your career mode, and so on. And by all accounts, 2K22 is a success. It's a financial success, commercial success. Critically, it's a mixed bag. Double title entrances, where are you? We're still waiting, aren't we? Right here, buddy, I'm with you. This is less of a shocking, surprising news, but more of just confirmation of what we expected to come, because as we know, Brian Williams, who formerly worked on the 2K series and was just working on the most recent AEW console game, is coming back into the fold. Sports Gamer Online's Michael Straw had this article written up back in May regarding Brian Williams coming back over to work on WWE 2K series. Brian Williams had spent over a decade working on the WWE games dating back all the way to its time under the THQ umbrella. Recently, however, Williams worked for Yuke's, leaving the WWE license in the past in favor of the AEW title after Yuke's and 2K split. Now Williams is heading back to where it all began. Sources have confirmed to SGO that Williams' contract with Yuke's has come to an end, and he is in fact going back to 2K to work on the WWE 2K series once again. Williams' influence in the past was found all over the WWE games, including in features like Create a Finisher, Create an Arena, and more. Some of our favorite 2K games were under Brian Williams. This isn't all to say that Patrick Gilmore and the dev team did a bad job with 2K22. We needed something after the debacle of 2K20, and here we are. Good and bad, right? I think 2K22 has been a step in the right direction under Patrick Gilmore. I think bringing My GM mode, as somewhat bare bones and hollow as it can be at sometimes, I think it's a step in the right direction bringing that mode in. I think Showcase mode was fantastic with Rey Mysterio, but there are a lot of elements in there that are left to be desired. And our hope, I think, as a community is that Brian Williams comes in and is already working on 2K23 and is going to be able to deliver something to fans that they're really clamoring for, and bringing back certain features like Create a Finisher, updating a My GM mode as well, and making things, stable. Like not broken. Like the game crashes like a lot. Like it's a lot. We're still waiting to find out when 2K23 is scheduled to release, but with it already being confirmed by 2K themselves, and this past year's game did come out at the time of WrestleMania in March, it is very likely that the next installment will come out in the same time frame around the March window. And because the developers unfortunately are usually under a 1 year or less time crunch, they really have to get things going. We have the rest of 2K22's slated DLC ready to go. It's going to be finishing up at the end of the summer, and then we're basically going to be having our full eyes on the next game and what that will look like. I do wonder though, with Brian Williams coming back to 2K, what he will bring from his time at the AEW side of things. And what I mean is, like, what learnings does he have that he could basically share, good practices, things that he noticed, took away from that position and working with that team with Yuke's and bringing it over to the 2K side to continue on with the franchise of 2K23. I want to go more in depth with all of you on 2K23, some of my thoughts and what we might be looking at for the game, as 2K22 is almost like a reset and a baseline for the series. One of the unfortunate things that I will say with Patrick Gilmore's, leadership and the dev team is that with Patrick Gilmore, when he came in for 2K22, I think fans and a lot of people had the sense that we were going to feel heard as a community and that we were going to get a more revolutionized experience, that we were going to get things like a very flushed out My GM mode, that we were going to be heard when it comes to features and matches and modes. And I'm not sure that Patrick and team totally delivered on that, but I need your thoughts and your comments below if you feel this way too, or do you think that they succeeded? From where I'm sitting, polling the fans and asking for their input and feedback from the community, I think they took some of that into account, but obviously they've got to make a game a certain way under a certain timeline, and we get what we get. The addition of doing things like shutting down mods for 2K22 most recently, I think that was a very, very big mistake that they shouldn't have, gone down that path. I do wonder, with Brian Williams coming in as a lead developer, if his mindset or the tune will change there, and if we will go back to the days of supporting the modding community at large. Let me know your thoughts on all of this, and if you guys enjoyed this episode, check out this one, because I've also got a full news wrap up of everything in 2K22 from this past week that you need to know. See ya.